Hello everybody, this is Toysareruss, and for this special third-party figure showcase and review, I'm going to be attempting to, and I say attempting to in the nicest possible way, review this giant cyan culture Heidelberg figure, which you can tell is a Scorponok. I say trying to, that is because this guy is massive, and as you can see by my workstation, it isn't the biggest. So first and foremost, we have to look at the box and the packaging because it is beautiful. So as I say, this is cyan culture. I've just recently reviewed their take on the two legend scale train bots. I did review the giant Metroplex as well, but that was nowhere near as big as what this guy is. This guy, oh, I nearly knocked over the G1 original, is absolutely huge. You can see there, in fact, there's an abundance of accessories that come with this, guys. Hopefully I can do it a bit of justice. I'm also going to bring in, of course, the Titan version just to see which I suppose is best, because this guy's got a lot of accessories, but of course he's not official, and this guy is the original. So again, that was a big toy, but as you can see, there's still about another 8 to 10 inches above him, just to give you an idea of the size of this. So I've seen just nice pictures of this online. I've not seen anything to do with it myself. What I need to do though is get him out of the box and let's start to have a look at him. Okay, so I've got him out of the packaging, and apologies, I know my workstation is a bit of a mess anyhow, but that is another thing. This guy just comes with so many accessories, and annoyingly partially built. And what I mean by that is, I'll show you in a second, the amount of things that you're still supposed to attach to him. I have no idea why, but I'll show you them anyway. So yeah, he comes partially in robot mode, but I thought we'd start off in Scorpion. I'm going to do Scorpion. I'm going to attempt to fit base mode on here, but base mode I know is 74 centimeters in length, so it might not even fit. I'm going to have a go at it, but I'm quite impressed at first because the size, to be fair, it's Scorponok. I've got to confess, I'm super biased straight away because it's Scorponok. So what I mean by partially assembled, you can see here, we've got these 4 large circles and then 4 smaller ones. I've popped one in there and I've popped one in there. Now again, you would put the rest in this particular claw and indeed on the underside. I don't know why. I don't know why they've done it. It makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever. I've got to work out where these are going to go. There is, in fact, 12 of them. And then I've got to work out where these are going to go. There's 8 of them. There's all of these parts here. The blast effects I get, they're going to attach to the actual weapons and the accessories. These parts here, I've had a quick look because, again, this is me going to sound like an old man now. There's no paper instructions. So there's no paper instructions. There's no nothing. I'm just going off pictures off Show Z. And they are going somewhere on the shins and around the knees, so I'm going to do that when we get to robot mode. So I suppose enough of the perhaps negative things about it. I don't understand why they do it. It's kind of frustrating. These are the twin cannons, which will fit, as you can see there. But the cool thing about this is, you know, you can pivot these up and down, which is great. The gun is absolutely gigantic. That's MP44 there, along with a load of other stuff, and the gun is as tall as MP44. That's pure fluke that was standing there, but it's worked out all right. The shield you can attach to the back. I've already noticed as well that I suppose this is a kind of extra thing that the Titan didn't have. Can I do this? I'm trying to lift this up because inside here there's a switch and it comes with the batteries, so there's a light on the top there. Now that also looks like there's a fake, yeah, there is, there's a fake reading there for the headmaster chart. It's not going to be a real headmaster like, of course, the original one was. That's another little bonus there. I suppose where they lack something, they try to make up for with something else. So I've just given you a bit of an overview on the top of this. I'm going to attach the camera now and just show you a few more things that we can do and see in this particular mode. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully we can sort of see some of the other things that we can do with this. Basically, I'm going to show you the shield quickly. The shield is cool. It's going to be double usage. Of course, it's going to act as exactly that, a shield as well, when it comes to the base mode. That is really stiff trying to get out. So yeah, this moves as well, which again is a nice little touch. You can actually put this to the back of the tail, which again is sort of quite nice. You do get a Zarek, which you can see there, which interestingly enough, where have I put that? There's another little tiny headmaster of him. There it is. So interestingly enough, they've managed to keep this in, so you can actually take that head off, but funnily enough, that doesn't transform. And then you've got this little Zarek as well, which will attach in there, which is kind of cool. There's also a fast track as well, which again is very similar to the G1 original. You can work out how that is going to transform just by standing him up and spinning it around. In fact, I've pretty much done it, so I might as well finish it off for you. There he is in robot mode. I'm going to keep him in this mode just for now. So it's nice that you've got these in. There's also, in fact, that's come off there typically. This is where, again, you can change the batteries. So I don't know if this will work with the light I've got shining above it, but with the giant gun, you've got a magnet there. You can just about make out there, yeah, that will turn the big lights on, which of course is good when we get him into his robot mode. So if I grab all of these here, there's also, for some reason, I don't know why, there's blue Ultra Magnus and Galvatron figures. I have no idea. I'm trying to think if it's something to do with the Headmasters cartoon, of course, which again, I'm on about the Japanese version. I'm going to take a couple of these off. I'm probably not going to take them all off. They all do the same. They all are the same size. They all fit into these twin barreled cannons, which you can see there. And as I say, the cool thing about this is they do lift up and down, so you've got that extra range of articulation. As I've already mentioned, I've got no idea why they've not finished building this themselves. It just seems really strange to me. I sometimes get it, you know, when they can't package stuff. Like, I think the actual, funny enough, this Scorponok didn't come with a head attached, neither did the Zarek, etc., and you had to you had to attach a few things to it. But with regards to just not putting all the bits on, I've got no idea what that is about. I'm going to show you a few of them. As I say, there's a few that I haven't worked out exactly where they go yet, and as I said, I've already had a moan sounding like an old man because I don't know, because there's no actual physical instructions. But let me move all of these out of the way. And to be honest, guys, I can't even find a QR code. Sometimes there's QR code on third-party figures, which then you get to see a video showing you some certain instructions. Unless there's something I'm missing, I can't see it. Now, you haven't got the gimmick that the original one had, where you rolled it backwards and forwards, the legs moved out. These do move independently, though. They've got a swivel there. They've got 1, 2, 3 points of articulation on each side of the leg. If I spin this around, you've got, of course, the normal articulation in the top of what is the shoulder. You've got the swivel there. You've got two swivels. You've got a swivel at what would be the top of the, I'm going to call it a shoulder, and then of course where I suppose the wrist you would call it, which is the claw. These will open up. That is where you're going to attach the main gun to at some particular point. This doesn't seem to serve its same purpose, but I can't remember, if I'm being honest, whether the Titan does the same. Again, I'm going to get the Titan down, and if I'm being completely honest, I'm probably only going to do Titan comparisons in robot mode, because I'm pretty sure you can tell I definitely do not have the space to put them all out in their particular base modes. I'm trying to line this up now as we speak. Now, what I was trying to say is that obviously the purpose of the G1 one was you could bring that down and you could have the headmaster, you know, piloting it, driving it, or whatever, whereas this guy is way too big. And then this guy, if I transformed him and dropped him inside there, you probably wouldn't even see it. So it's, I don't know, it's just something that I've noticed and think looks a little bit funny. This, as I say, is it's going to be more impressive when it's the ramp in the base mode. You can see it does light up, that does work. They do come with them batteries in. I've not had to put any batteries in. I do need to get that across. I've put no batteries in this at all. The head is working, and indeed you can see so is this. If I try and spin it around to the back without knocking absolutely everything over, these are the equivalents of the shin guards. These do come off as well. You can maneuver them around, and what I mean by that is you can turn them around as well, and to have them facing however which way you wanted to. I probably think as well, if I have a look at this, yes, you can attach the blasters to the side as well, and again you can then put the blast effects on them as well. So I like the fact that you can do that. I like the fact that you can do that with toys. I like the fact that you can play obviously with toys. If I keep spinning it around, this is where you can, is it even going to hold focus? Probably not. You can attach the shield. Apologies guys, I might need to commandeer the kitchen table again to finish this. You can pop this into the back, a little bit of an added part there if you wanted to. Once again, you can see that the legs on this side are exactly the same. I think one of the ports is going to be something there, and if I just quickly turn it upside down, you get the idea that that is very similar to what the Titan was, with the fact that these are going to tuck all inside. That's the parts I was on about there, which are going to require these blue bits, they're going to fit into there. I don't know why they didn't attach them themselves, no idea. Let's give you an idea of some other figures to go scale and size. Again, these aren't supposed to scale together, it's just to try and give you an idea of how big it is. That's a very, very big Voyager class figure, which is of course your long what's it called, Shockwave from the Bumblebee movie. I could bring up a G1 or a Diaclone, which is exactly the same, obviously, cab of Optimus, and it's going to be how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 cab lengths of that particular figure. There's a Masterpiece Trainbot, which again, it's nowhere near, it's nothing. This guy is absolutely massive. I think I've covered all bases on this particular mode. As I say, all the articulation is exactly the same as the Titan, a little bit more than what the G1 original had. You can fold these up, you can fold these down. They're the feet. It's not too bad, to be fair, it's pretty good. But the problem with this is, and I'm going to tell you straight away, is it is exactly the same price as the Titan. And I think, again, a little bit unfortunate for themselves. I say unfortunate for them, but they are, you know, they are ripping off Scorponok. It's a little bit of a story, the same story as this. When they brought Romulus out, I think because obviously they thought there'd be a gap in the market, etc., for him to scale perfectly with the Earthrise Prime, which he does. But then, of course, Hasbro went and brought out the Commander class, and it doesn't fit. So what I'm trying to say with this is, I gather they thought, because how hard and how difficult it was to get the Titan Scorponok, that they'd get this out. But then, of course, Hasbro go and reissue their Titan class Scorponok. Anyway, right, that's all I'm going to say about this particular mode. I'm going to attempt to get it in base mode and show you what we can do then. Okay, so he's in base mode, and before I put the camera in the normal place, I did just want to show you this, which is pretty clever, to be fair. But most new figures, again, ignore the mess. Loads of figures tend to do this now with things sort of telescoping and sliding out on themselves. So this is, of course, the back of the leg. This will fold down there, and then what you can do with this, you can grip this, fold this over. There comes down yet another ramp, and then this would fold out, and indeed these come out and fold out as well. So of course you probably wouldn't even be able to see that if I had the camera down. Them fold up from there. I've also worked out that some of these green dots, one of them is going to go in there, so that also means that one of them is in fact going to fit into this. So we're starting to fill up all the gaps with there. This is all telescoping as well, and there's something I need to show you with the tail as well, which I missed out, but I'll show you that when we get him back in robot mode. But again, let me just, in fact I can probably do this in one go. So let's bring this down, let's get this attached to the normal place like so, and you can sort of see. The crazy thing with this is though, look, there is a little Zarak, and in fact there's the light on the runway, which now you can't see, so I'll pick it back up in a minute. So you've got this, you've got a teeny little Zarak as well, which is crazy. So you've got, I don't know, loads of multiverses or whatever you want to call it going on. We've got a fast track, which of course will roll down like that, no issues whatsoever. And I'm sure that you could probably attach these guns in some other places as well. I need to work out exactly where you can, but the base mode, to be honest, it's a carbon copy of the G1 original. Just the fact that it's a little bit clever with the way that everything sort of folds in and inside it. I've got some G1 Constructicons you could see over here lying around in this absolute mess of a load of figures. In fact, I might as well grab a few more. Now these are the ones that tend to scale really well with Titans all the time. That is a Doctor Wu Ultra Magnus, and I think it does. Now of course, because we've just folded everything out though, there is a big hole in there that is reflecting off there. Let's move that away slightly. This is a normal core class figure, which I don't know, you guys tell me. Do you think it's too big? Do you think it scales with it? I'm not too sure. It may or it may not. Maybe some block, there's definitely some WSTs, official Takara World's Smallest Transformers, will work with it. But you know, this is, I like this base mode, and as I say, it serves its purpose. But for me, it's always about the main robot mode, and I think that's exactly what I need to do next. If I do bring this out, you can hopefully, in fact, if I turn the light off here now, you can see that runway works really well, to be honest. That is really good. So again, if you remember when it was the other way around, that's what it's going to be like on his chest as well. So that's a lovely little bonus, which they've included. So yeah, that is your base mode. Let's get him into the mode. I'm sure you want to see him in, as well as I do anyway, and get some comparisons going along as well. Okay guys, I've got him in his robot mode, but before I show you in all of his glory and I suppose all his articulation and stuff, I need to show you first and foremost, A, how to transform the head, but B also, and we're going to have a bit of a giggle about it, a massive design flaw, unless there's something I'm getting wrong. So I'll show you this, we can have a bit of a giggle with it, but you can work around it anyway. So here is of course our Zarak figure. You can have either the transformable head, it's up to you if you want. I'm going to keep it in just for authenticity. What we're going to do then, we're going to fold out the front of this. We're going to fold the arms, we're going to bring these down and we're going to fold them over on the biceps completely there like that and collapse this in like so. Push that all the way in, so fold this over like this, bring this all the way in. As I say, the similarities are incredible, and I suppose in this it's just, as I was trying to say in the other segment, I think it's just bad timing, because I genuinely think the people who made this perhaps would have thought, oh, it's our chance to, you know, to pounce on the fact that the secondary market, they're selling, you know, Titan class Scorponoks for an absolute fortune, and then I think the last thing they probably expected Takara to do or Hasbro to do was be to reissue them. So it's one of them things where it's like they thought they were doing something really clever, like striking while the iron's hot, etc., but then it's just totally backfired because it's not got them anywhere. Right, there is the head. Now this is the crazy thing. Watch this. I can attach this in there, no problem whatsoever. But then as soon as I want to, let's bring this closer so you can see just how much of a ridiculous thing this is. Then we're going to slot the helmet over, and it won't go past the eyes. It won't go past the eyes at all. You can take the eyes off like so. I can't believe this, it's nuts. And then it slides over, no problem. But then of course you can't get the eyes in. It's daft. So what you've got to do is you've got to lift this part all the way back up. Now, there's probably an easier way of doing this. There probably is, but I can't. This is the only way I've worked out how to do it. And again, I don't watch anybody's reviews purely for that particular reason. So what I've worked out to do is to slot the head all the way in, push this all the way back, and then push this right the way through as high up as physically possible. Then you can attach the eyes. That should fit in, and then very carefully pushing this all the way back, because it's in, it will now cover that there, and you can now close that over the top, and now you can attach the head. That's ridiculous, I know it is, but I wanted to show you that. In fact, whilst I'm here as well, this is what I didn't show you in Scorpion mode. This is obviously how it should be. I've got all this folded out. I've got all this folded out intentionally because I never showed you this. So this tiny little tail here does in fact have a spring loaded weapon on it, and I don't really want to push it. It goes for miles. So if we press, can you see this? If I press it, where's it gone? He's trying to work out where it is. There we go. I've no, oh, there we go. It's literally come back down and landed. Now there is two of these, thankfully. That is a bonus thing that I suppose they've included as well. And then this reminds me of, is it Cyclonus from Kingdom, with it folding in and tucking all away. So I might as well show you all this while I'm here. I will probably get around to doing an actual transformation tutorial, but I'm being really honest. It is so simple. It is basically the G1. So let's fold this back up, collapse this over the like, and just like, you know, exactly like that. It's just like the Titan. It's so crazy. Right, I need to get a bit more light in on this so you can see what's going on. Is that going to come on now? There we go, that's better. And let's, I suppose, scroll down. We'll start to use this to show you the articulation. So we've seen the head. In fact, I should have kept that off just for 2 seconds. Let me keep this off just for 2 seconds because I wanted to show you this again. So this is it lit up. There it is from the outside. Lovely little gimmick, lovely little bonus. Of course, the Titan doesn't have that. And again, the batteries do come included. So let's go back on with this. So the head, obviously all the way around, no problems with that whatsoever. I can't even reach this now. So arms will go out all the way to the side. They will go all the way around completely. I say unrestricted, but you've got to turn it ever so slightly just past. Oh no, you can't. Let's be honest, it has got completely trapped on the back of the leg. So it'll go that far back. You have a swivel at the top. You do have a bicep flexion, which is great. There is a giant waist swivel, which you can see. I'm knocking everything off right here, trying to keep things neat. Right, is there an ab crunch? No, there's no ab crunch, but there is a full waist swivel. You can see where that comes onto there. You can also take this shield, which I've attached, and you can fold these bits out as well. If I can, the lack of nails doesn't help especially not with third-party figures. And you can open these up, which is great, so we can attach this via there. And I'm still trying to find where to put all these. It just makes zero sense to me. I've still got so many of these to attach to, so I'll probably do that separately, but it's just something that's baffling me. I've got no idea why. I've started to fill out these. Now these are annoying me because A, as you can see, particularly with that one, there's a bit of white on the top, so A, they sometimes don't snap off properly. B, they don't stick in properly because you've got these extra bits here. I don't understand why they've done it. I've got no idea. It makes zero sense to me, but it's something that's needed, and whether or not, I don't know how much cheaper it's been for them to do that, I don't know. But I've pushed them in there. I say I've already worked out as well some of the places where we can fill these holes. These are going to go in there. I've already filled that one. I've filled two around the other side. Right, so legs, you've got a thigh cut, you've got a knee bend, like so, all the way up, huge amounts there. And then what I suppose you've got here that is quite clever, if I come down again like so, the legs were all tucked in. This is where all the ramps were, so you've got a ankle tilt, huge amount of ankle tilting and rocking going on around there. And again, there's probably some more areas there where I can attach some of the little bits. Don't understand why they've done that. Very quickly as well, that I know it's Rorichi, I can't find my fast track anywhere. This is their little version. There's also a brilliant little nod to the Generations toy, and what I mean by that is you can take these out of the hands and you can pop them on the shoulders as well, but much smaller than the Generations version. Whilst we've got him at this particular height, there you go. Oh no, you can't see that. Let's bring him up. MP44. What else have we got here? Commander class is up to his knee. G1 prime. Where's one of me G1 primes? This is missing link, so it's as good as G1, but it's probably a little bit taller. Oh, going to knock everything over. Is again just below the knee. So last few things to do with this. Let's attach more of the accessories to him, or show you how we can do this, etc. As I mentioned in that one part, there is that huge cutout, sorry, tab, there is that huge cutout. This should fit into there, hold into position, come a little bit higher up. We can then attach these to the front and indeed to the back. Remember, there's 4 of them, and I suppose the best thing about this, as daft as it sounds, is the blast effects, because they're going to make it look much better than what it is. So is it as good as the Titan? I don't think so. Has it got extra features that the Titan doesn't have? Yes, it's obviously got light up features, it's got a few extra bits, it's got some bits which you've got to do yourself. But to be honest, is it as good? Don't think so. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's a bad toy at all. And you'll be quite surprised in a minute now when I bring in the original, the Titan, just to see how much bigger the Titan is. There is G1 Scorponok standing there, like so, and I definitely need to readjust now, guys. Let me just get the Titan and I can fit him in as well. So as I said, this might surprise you because this guy is as big as he is. If I bring him forward, position this out of the way, and then grab the actual official one, oh dear, it's not going to fit. It's going to have to go up, over, and behind. Oh, without dropping. Don't drop, don't drop, don't drop. There we go. That's ridiculous, actually. I'm surprised at, wow, he is a full head and shoulders taller than this guy. Wow, didn't realize it was that much bigger. And I think, and I'm not being biased, I just think the Titan looks better. I mean, of course you can put your own stickers and tampographs on, etc., to put Decepticon logos on. I'm just looking at it now, and the extra details really do make a big difference. Okay, you haven't got the additional articulation in the top of that. These do, but you've got the extra tiny bit of detail, which makes a big difference, as stupid as it sounds. You've got the detail in the claws on there. You've got way more detail in the legs. I don't know. I'm actually incredibly surprised at how much bigger that is. I think most people, myself included, truly do forget just how big that Titan is. It is massive. Right, I think that's pretty much it. So as I say, let's be honest, if this wasn't being reissued and it wasn't about, this is a great stand-in, and I'm sure it would have done very well. However, because he is reissued, because he is exactly the same price, I suppose the beauty of this collecting game is it's exactly that, isn't it, guys? It's entirely up to you, whichever you want. If he's perhaps too big, or you don't want to go with official products, because that's up to you. A lot of people do like to collect third party for whatever reasons they want to. That's the beauty of it. Oh, I didn't show you the eyes light up. Let me just quickly do the eyes light up as well. Yeah, I mean, as I say, this does have gimmicks like the eyes lighting up, like the chest lighting up. In fact, wow, that's proper stuck in. It's up to you. The beauty of it, again, being in this collecting game, as I always say right now, and even though I don't collect many third-party figures myself, in all honesty, the beauty of it is nowadays the fact, there we go, that we've got this choice. We've got so much choice out there. So it really is down to you. It's down to your personal preference. This one doesn't do that at all. That is quite a nice little touch. But again, same price, pretty much same things. Just, yeah, it's entirely up to you guys. You let me know in the comments which one you think is the best. This is probably going to be a good debate, actually. Let me know. And there you go. Thank you very much for watching this. There's also a direct link if you want this in the description from Shozy. And of course, don't forget to use my code. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.